All right, guys, the power of dividends is not to be underestimated. Welcome to the Independent Investor Channel. This is going to be a weekly dividend portfolio review. We're going to discuss what was rendered this week in the dividend portfolio. My kids actually got in on the action a little bit this week, so it was kind of exciting to see very, very respectable amounts. So stay tuned. We're going to drop you into the portfolio now, and we're going to go over which holdings paid for this week. All right, guys, so this gives me a great opportunity to chronicle the week-to-week progress in the three larger dividend growth portfolios here, chronicling about 305, 813 at the time of this. And just to put some context around why I do these videos and what the end viewer should get out of them, you should really understand what is possible. And that's the real takeaway from these as I update you guys periodically on these dividend payouts. I really don't track what is due to pay out. When these pay, they pay, and I run the report on it. So I'm a little bit reactive on the reporting within this account, which is fine. I don't typically find a whole lot of value in tracking or forecasting where the dividend is going to pay. I really don't. I just invest, and that's the way. But bottom line up front here at the bottom, 326.61 for the week ending just right below 4th of July. So I'm filming this on a Friday, one day shy. So this is 6 days. And I went ahead and filmed the video today based on the fact that we're not going to get paid a dividend on Saturday anyway, but wanted to roll out the update nonetheless. So just some statistics on this. Going forward into the next year, anticipated dividend renderings on this portfolio are going to be around $87.50 for the year. So that shakes out to be about $729 per month, and on an average, $182 per week. So you guys may be wondering how I come up with these. Some months are 500, other months are 200, other months are 300. The average across the weekly schedule, and which is pretty robust. And I think a lot of you guys would say, man, alive, I could take an average of $182. Now remember that those are dividends rendered now. Those are not taking into account the dividend growth aspect. All these contributions that I declare to you guys roll back into each of the underlying holdings that I declare to you. I'm a big fan of dividend reinvestment. I just think that this is an $8,700 bill that's going to really go into the underlying holdings from year in and year out. And with no dividend growth going forward over the next 10 years, that's almost $100,000 just of passive income. So the prospects of investing, they just cannot be understated. For new investors that are watching these videos, if you're excited, you should be, because I'm one that contends that anybody can get invested, anybody can seek out a wealth building strategy for yourself. The way I seek out my strategy is far from perfect, but these are the results that are rendered. So my non-perfect program renders some pretty impressive results. So just starting at the top here with Kimberly-Clark, this was actually a new position within the last year. I've always been fairly heavily invested in Procter & Gamble. I actually think in Staples, Colgate-Palmolive is looking quite good here, but Kimberly-Clark fits very well. I have these split between the Roths. This was indeed a Roth payout, so these dividends will be non-taxable, rolled back into the underlying security. So Kimberly-Clark there, $26.98. Right below it is the big one. This was a big payout. This happens 4 times per year, guys. This is the largest position in the portfolio. I've got just over 100 and change in the Vanguard's S&P 500. For those that follow me, they know that that's one of my favorite accounts. This is in my holdings. This is in my wife's account, and 144.27. So almost half a share, maybe a little under, depending on the current share price this week. I didn't even check it. You don't need to in these ETFs. when they pay. They're nice, really, really nice. 144.27. We'll go back into accumulating more shares of the S&P 500 here. Right below that is the Coke dividend in my portfolio, one of the dividend kings in my portfolio, and one that I just hold and enjoy owning for the long term. I buy it when I can on the dips. If not, I usually deploy my drip strategy with holdings like Coke. This is easy, sleepy money, a Dow component, obviously, at 25.26 there. Right below is actually a newer holding for me in Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, paid out a nice 32.50 dividend yield on AVGO. That's a pretty good payout for 10 shares, but it's a good yielder for sure in the chip space. And like I had mentioned last week, I was confused as to why V&Q did not pay. Well, there it is. There's the real estate REIT. I hold that in my Roth IRA to get me the REIT exposure, a little bit more diversified than owning the individual REITs. You guys know I'm invested in Realty Income and WP Carry as well. Have them split between the Roths. Get me some good tax-protected dividend exposure to single stock, and also the V&Q here at 38.64. Really one of my favorite specialty ETFs. My favorite is VPU. The utilities with Vanguard is just awesome. It's a great account. So small cap value, this has been a real dog. I really have not enjoyed owning this. I think I probably got a little too cute with this. I think you could probably do yourself a favor and just go with the VB, which is the blend. But value small cap is not really a space that I'm really that interested in. The position is down significantly compared to VBK, which is the growth small cap, which is just killing it. So trying to get cute with it and buy value here in the small cap. Nonetheless, we own the shares and it paid a 15 dividend, big whoop-de-doo. I'm not going to say any more about that. The next two are kind of cool. Declaring to you guys, these are my kids' UTMA accounts. So look at that, man. There's some dividend investors there. With VTI, it's the only holding I own in that. So for you guys paying attention and perhaps maybe you have children, kind of a cool way of getting exposure for them. They have 529s, and this is in fact out of both of their UTMA accounts, Uniform Transfer to Minors Act. And look at that, nice little 210 dividend. I'm proud of them. That's awesome. I got them invested at the trough of the market in VTI, so that'd be fun to watch those grow and evolve over time, and they'll eventually be gifted this money down the line when they get to the vesting age. All right. Next, Pepsi. Awesome. Great company. So it's interesting. Pepsi and Coke paid at the same time. 36.36 on my position in Pepsi. So exciting stuff. And then finally, to round it out, this was the VBK that I was talking about here. This paid 327 here. I believe that was on an existing position that I traded out of. I've since reinstated that position, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a VBK actually roll to next week and actually pay on the larger holding here. Unless I traded and missed the dividend window, that could very well be the case. But again, bottom line, 326.61 for this week. Couldn't be more satisfied with how the portfolio is rendering the dividends. All rolled back into the underlying securities through a drip program, and hope this motivates you guys to understand how a blue-collar worker like myself can be growing wealth in the manner that I do without the services of a financial planner. I do this all on my own. That's the niche of the channel. We are a self-directed investor channel on the Independent Investor channel. With that, kick you back to YouTube, and we'll conclude the video. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so we've come back out of the dividend portfolio. There's nothing better in investing than dividends. Dividends are awesome. Dividends are a rendering from your money working for you while you're out working for your money. It's one of the top reasons why you should look to invest. And I put these videos out to provide some transparency on what is possible in investing. So hopefully it can motivate you to start yourself on a wealth building path for you and your family. As if you enjoy the message coming through, you want to make sure and help subscribe to the message. Help us support the channel, help us support the message that we're putting through. Leave your comments at the bottom of the video, and if you do me a huge favor and share this message with anybody out there, maybe looking to get involved with investing, bring them onto the channel. We'll provide them a very, very easy to understand awareness to the market, start them on a wealth building path for themselves. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the message, and good luck in your investment future.